But at the end of the day, the solution is to a lot of people's problems is prayer, and I promise you that. But it's not like I tell people all the time, don't just pray and then as soon as it's done, finish and just walk up.
Alright guys, welcome back to Chai and Chat Part 2. We have Eazy in the house. So last episode we were talking about mental health, we're talking about dealing with stress, we're talking about the way we deal with things and some of the ways that helped us dealing with some of these issues, and how Eazy has been giving advice and giving back to the community.
So I think one thing I wanted to say, because I know you work at a gym and you're alhamdulillah in a great shape.
Can you flex for us, bro?
Can you just show us your muscles?
I'm not the kind. I'm not the kind. That's why I have hoodies.
We wasn't talking about you.
I keep hoodies off for a reason.
I think, you know, when people go through so much stress, be in work life, you know, mentally they're drained.
Life, yeah.
I think, like me and Farouk were talking about it. You know, right now we work, you know, until like 6, 7,
Yesterday
8
we
o'clock.
were working until what, 2 o'clock?
Yeah. So and after that we work.
In the morning.
2 a.m.
We're up back at 7 in the morning.
I was up at 5. Good.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
He was up for fudge.
you was in the bathroom in the shower crying,
Singing.
stuff like that, whatever. But I think one thing is we forget about our health.
Yeah, man.
Like, I'll be honest with you, like, I get stressed out. Like, today I had a really stressful day. Ate only 2 meals. Barely got time to drink water.
But how do you cope with your stress?
He calls me like 7 times a day today, right? Oh, bro, I'm so stressed. I want to do this.
No, I mean, the way I cope with my stress is more, like, I deal with it myself.
No, but what do you do to cope with it?
I sit down myself and I think about it, or I will call these guys to talk about other things. While I'm talking to them, I'm thinking,
Of course, it's in the back of your head.
of what I have to do to fix all my problems. But I think what I'm really missing out is on the physical, you know, physical part of it.
Yeah, man.
I think we're not getting enough, you know, first of all, sleep is of course, and exercise. We're not getting exercise.
Sleep is very important,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Sleep is very important.
8 hours a day at least.
I mean, I would say anywhere from 6 to 8. You know what I mean?
Majority of us
I try to hit the
I get
7 mark
lucky if I get
sometimes.
4
How many?
hours.
I mean, obviously you work,
How do
you
you operate
manage.
on 4?
You're the GM at a gym.
Yeah.
But besides that, like, how many? I mean, that would be a weird question to ask. How many times a week do you work out? But you know, you're at the gym anyways.
Oh, well,
but-
yeah. I mean, I just came back from an injury, so I've been working out for the past 2 months.
Yeah.
I try to do 4 or 5 times a week. You know what I mean? But I do different workouts all the time. It's
How
not
many
like
hours?
the same. How many hours do I work out for? It depends on what I'm going through in life. I'll be honest with you, man, because today forget today. Day before yesterday, I hit like 3 hours.
In one day.
Yeah. I was in the zone. So I work out not
How
just
many
to
hours?
show.
Sorry.
3 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you got that facility there because
You had chai before that or something?
Huh?
Did you have chai before?
No, man, because I only drink yours. I only drink yours. Let's be real. No, but at the end of the day, it depends on what I'm going through and my mood. You know what I mean? So, like, I tell people all the time, it depends on which playlist I pick or which artist. I have my own playlist. I don't do the Spotify. Or it's somebody else's playlist.
What's in your playlist? Hip hop.
A lot of it, yeah. A lot of it. I have a hip
From what
hop.
I know you like old school hip hop.
I love old school hip hop.
too.
But I love old school R&B as well.
Yeah.
I'll even listen to pop music. You throw on some Ashley Simpson pieces of me and I'll sing it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So I love all kinds. I listen to Linkin Park, the Foo Fighters. You know, everything. It's not just hip hop.
Oh, also one thing I don't know if they know, but you do poetry as well, right?
Yeah, man. That's
Spoken
another one
words?
of my outlets. Yeah.
You do spoken words as well.
Yeah, I used to go to bars to do poetry.
Yeah.
Literally open mic nights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And-
is that the poetry side of it? Is that something you do when you're stressed, or is it something that you enjoy it, or just your passion to kind of like?
It started with stress, and it started with just expressing myself. You know what I mean? And from there, it just stemmed to like, wow, I actually like doing this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So sometimes, so what I used to do is back in the day, I would write my emotions, what I'm feeling, what I'm going through, and then I would delete it in my notes. You know why? Because
On your phone?
Yeah, on my phone. I used to
Yeah.
sit there, I would write, and then I delete it. Because I took care of it already. You know what I mean? I let it out.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't for anybody else. It was for myself.
You make a list. Well, I mean, what do you?
No. So I'll write poetry. Like right now, if you look at my phone, I have a bunch of poetry. You know what I mean? So I have like different ones that I've written different days. But before, what I used to do up until I want to say July of 2018, I would just write for like a year and a half to 2 years, and after I was done, I would delete it. because I've already expressed myself.
Right.
It wasn't for anybody else. It's for me.
Hey, writing is a great way to actually express yourself.
Yeah, and it was like, everything that I went through, it kind of tied into my poetry.
Mm-hmm.
So I love my poetry. Like sometimes I look back and I read my own,
Yeah.
and I'm like, damn, that's not even like
You're a
that's
poet.
deep. Like
You're a poet.
yeah, man. And I have certain lines that people read and they're like, whoa, that's deep. And I'm like, yeah.
You ever
So
published them?
huh?
You ever published any of it?
No, I actually performed them, but I never published them.
We can find you on YouTube.
No, you won't see it. I have the videos that were recorded were just for my personal use.
Got it.
Yeah, because that's just something that I just have for me.
Wow, man. So you're a motivational speaker, you poetry, gym,
He's an
You
MC
know,
too.
MC.
People don't know that, bro.
Wow.
I remember
How do you
when I
manage
remember
your
like
time? Man, we only have 24 hours a day.
Okay.
You know.
Break it down.
I know you gotta sleep for 8,
No.
Nah.
No.
I usually get 6 to 7.
6 to 7. Okay, 7.
I think when
hours
you hit
sleep.
8 and plus this week, you get lazy, bro. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know how people
sometimes
do.
you just sleep
If I sleep too much,
But everybody's
I get lazy.
body's different.
Yeah.
Give us one of your day. Give us how you run your day from morning to evening.
Every day is different, man. To be honest, But I usually wake up, I run some errands, and I go straight to work. I come out of work. I usually go to a lounge sometime.
Gotcha.
I get my work done. Some days I'm recording. Some days I'm writing. Some days I hang out with friends. Some days I go to eat. So alhamdulillah, I could handle it, man. Different
Yeah.
things happen, of course,
Yeah.
Like Saturday mornings, I play football every
Wow.
week with my friends. Yeah, so we've been doing that for
And he plays football.
for like 12 years now.
12
Yeah,
years.
12 years every Saturday morning we play.
What happened to our basketball games?
that's where the physical part comes into it. We gotta get back in.
No, but it's important, man. And I tell people because it's like, like everybody's like, oh, how old are you, right? And it's funny because we talked about that earlier. But act your age, right? That's what people say or whatever. Your age doesn't really matter. Like what age you are, no, it's just how you feel. And I'm a firm believer in that. Because you could be a 40-year-old and you could be in the best shape of your life. You know what I mean?
You think
So, Jay, today's your birthday.
thank you, man.
Yes,
On,
sir.
on that behalf, how old do you feel?
How old do I feel? I feel 21, man.
21.
There you go. There you go.
I was going to actually ask you about the fact that, so with the workouts, combination of workouts, diet, you think those are the best solutions to stress?
Working out, yes. Working out, yes. Dieting can sometimes cause stress. To be honest with you.
Because you want chicken
of
or
course.
rice, but you can't have
Like
it.
if you don't have carbs in your
With the
system,
sauce. Extra
like the
sauce.
keto diet, I know so many people that went on it, and after a couple of days, they're like, "I'm never doing this again." They hated themselves at that time because you're depleting yourself of carbs.
Should need roti, that's why.
It puts you in a different state of mind.
Yeah, but working out, 100%.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, when you work out, you just let go of the stress. Even if you don't go in there thinking about something, it's just something about working out. Like I can't work out with anybody else. If I am, just best believe I'm having my headphones on. You know what I mean? I'll talk to you here and there. I'll tell you some pointers. Like when my friends come, we work out together. But me, I don't care for the body so much. For me, more so, I work out for this.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of people, when I'm working out, the people that really see me work out, they know because they hear me. Because I'm over there in the gym just rapping or singing or, and that's just me. Because that's my time.
But a lot of times, for a lot of people, like, you can expect New Year's Eve, like New Year's resolution time is one of the highest
that's the
peak
busiest
points,
time
right?
for me.
Because everybody kind of like wants to get ready for the next year. And then you have like the end of winter time, everybody getting ready for the summer body. And then it just drops again. So I think throughout all this process, we go with the right intention. But then we don't see the results right away.
But see,
And
that's the
then
thing.
we lose.
Yeah, but why do you have to wait for New Year's? Like, if it's August 26th,
Right.
why do people feel the need, like, I'm going to wait for this
It's
January
like a
1st
resolution,
and go in there?
sometimes.
That's the thing. Like, we, as a society, we label things too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it went from the major holidays, like 4th of July and this person and this thing and Christmas and Thanksgiving. Now you got national this day, national this day, national, and we're just creating these as we go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, hey, what should we name today?
And one thing I've noticed actually in the US, gyms are not actually that expensive. Where when I compare it to the UK, minimum you're looking at like, I used to pay like £70 for a monthly membership.
We're gonna need a exchange.
That's probably like what, 90, 95 days.
Yeah.
All right, it depends on if you go to the
Did you have a swimming pool?
No, if you're on a swim pool, you're
But
looking
if you
at
go to Equinox in the city, you know what I mean, you're looking at 200-300 a month.
Right, but
There's
these
a
are
lot
just-
of
these are
lifetimes
just standard
expensive.
gyms, but here you can get a gym membership, what, $20?
But here's the thing, right? In New York City, let's just use a demographic for example, where we are right now. How many gyms? Where are we right now? In Astoria. In a 3-mile radius, there's
like
about
4 gyms.
20-something gyms.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what you say. Yeah, so trust me.
Competition is good.
Trust me.
Also,
I have the
some
most competition around me, so I know.
So interesting fact I found out the other day was
About me?
No.
Oh, okay. What kind of homework you doing?
Investigation. You do.
Listen, Papa, I'm gonna have to see our mutual friends now.
no for the gym membership. If you work, if you have health insurance,
Oh yeah, they
right,
cover it.
They actually cover
Yeah, we're
your
talking about
gym
that.
membership, but they do require 2 things. So in case
Not just if you work, even if you have like Health First or Metro Plus.
right,
They
as long as
also-
you have health insurance, right? I guess they look at it where if you're going to the gym, you're actually staying healthy and fit. Which
They
is
say they
less
check 2
costly.
things. They check in your invoices.
Yeah.
And they check your check-ins.
Check-ins, yeah.
Yeah, I know because I'm filling these out. I fill these out a
Oh,
lot.
so you have to.
Those two requirements.
Yeah, so they come in-
Yeah, those are the 2.
I
requirements,
print out
yeah.
their check-ins. I print out their invoices because they're paying for it. So you're gonna be paying, but they compensate you
Yeah.
after.
Yeah.
I do
So
only
they need
part
my
one.
signature, huh?
I only do part 1.
Paying for it,
Paying for it.
you gotta check in.
You
Yeah.
gotta
Check-
you gotta
checked in
check
in a
in
while.
too.
Yeah,
gotta
man,
check
that's important. Because
What
they're
is
just
the
like,
Because
like?
then they
Is it
pay for
standard?
what?
What we talking about checking? Like at least.
like when you go in, you have to scan in.
Sorry.
Minimum requirement.
I was like, how does London gym work? Like, I was confused.
I didn't finish the question. I was gonna say how many times have we said check-in? I didn't mean what does check-in mean. I mean how many times?
Do you have? Do they require you to check in?
Exactly, yeah.
That I don't know exactly. I think it's. I want to say 50 for 6 months.
50 times.
Yeah, which is
I think
ridiculous.
it's also based on the insurance too. It
Yeah,
depends
of
if
course.
you have
Everybody's
private,
different.
public.
But some workplaces do offer it even if you don't have
Yeah.
health insurance.
Yeah.
Some workplaces do. You know, and now you have so many companies that are starting up where if you pay a monthly fee to them, they give you access to a lot of gyms where it won't be defranchised.
That's a
Oh,
great
really?
idea.
That's a-
And it's I've heard of 3 companies already.
That work with different gyms basically.
Yes,
That's smart. Yeah.
That's actually a very good idea.
it is.
So one of the things I wanted to this is off topic from the physical part of it, obviously.
Well, health is physical, emotional.
Maybe it's not, but you did a video recently about self-love.
Yes.
So I mean, I would love you to explain more about the self-love. I mean, these guys are smirking over here, thinking about something else.
No,
probably
no, no.
about
I know
self-love.
what you're talking.
But
Yeah, I don't
Tell
mean
us
to be a
more about the
narcissist,
self-love
of course.
I saw the video.
Yeah, so you have to love yourself. That's number 1 to me. Like, and I know it's just like a broad statement, but you have to love yourself. And the reason is because that confidence that you have when you love yourself, you know your worth.
yeah,
And you know the people that are coming into your life, if they're worth keeping around or not.
Not in
And
an
the reason-
arrogant way, but you know.
Huh?
Like yourself, love yourself. Not in an arrogant way, obviously.
No, of course. Don't be a narcissist. Sit there in front of the mirror all the time and you'll be like, "Yeah, I
love me."
No. I forgot there was a comedian that used to do that all the time. But no, I don't mean that itself. I just mean love the person that you are. At the end of the day, we're always going to be growing as people. The rate of how long it takes you to grow, that's on you. You know what I mean? But in terms of just like your personal growth, we're always learning. We're always going to become experienced. So at the end of the day, just love who you are in your own skin. Don't try to be somebody else. Like, and I tell people, right, and I mentioned this in part 1, where it's like at the end of the day, everybody feels like I only speak about things I'm passionate about. You know what I mean? You won't ever hear me talking about politics too much or golf. Or you know, because I don't
Took
know.
you like a golf man though. When I was like, Easy's definitely golf type
No
of guy.
man,
You know?
no man. Just as if I'm not a cricket guy either. But you know, at the end of the day, it's like me. You won't catch me. Like if there was a group setting and they're like, "Oh, what did you think about that match?" I'm gonna be like, "I don't know." But a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah.
They want to fit in. They want to be relevant. So they be like, "Yeah, you know what? That was a good match."
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, you don't know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
but you want to stay relevant. You know what I mean? But when you just love yourself, everything around you, you just radiate. Like, you know, your energy, your happiness, it goes everywhere around you. So it's like you attract good people. And then you know the difference between good for you and bad for you. Again, not a relationship. I know everything sounds like I'm talking about a boyfriend and girlfriend or a husband and a wife. But I don't mean that. I mean even friends. Like when you just love yourself, you know your worth. So anybody that's not, that shouldn't be around you, you pick up on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you stay in your lane, man. At the end of the day, and you grow as a person. And everything that you do it just with happiness.
Take the negativity out of your
Yes, because a lot of people are
Toxic
miserable,
people, bro.
and they don't know how. Like, people get advice all the time, and it's like people get frustrated because it's like, yo, I've been telling this person on how to get better, and they're still doing the same thing. So sometimes they just give up and like, you know what? I've already helped this person enough. I'm done. But it's like at the end of the day, if you just love yourself, that energy it goes into everybody else.
So I guess in a situation where, let's say, you realize, okay, this person is toxic, right? And there is always the right way and the wrong way of doing anything you do, right? There is always, you can do a certain way where they feel that you're just like, oh, you're too good for them, or you don't want to spend time with them, or you don't want to hang out with them. So let's say you do figure out, all right, this person is toxic for what I'm doing. Like, what's the right approach? What's the proper approach where you're not coming up as arrogant, you're not coming up as a douche, you're kind of like letting them off easy?
Well, let me tell you one thing. That to me, right there, first and foremost, it depends on how you were with them prior to that. And the reason I say that is because if they know what kind of person you are, if you come off real and tell them like straight up, like, yo, I can't be around you, man. Your energy is completely off.
Yeah.
And if they know you're the type of person that says things like that and you mean it and you're real, they're not gonna take it so much like in a negative way too much. Because they're gonna be like, he's not the type to just be around the bush.
Yeah.
He says it how it is. But there is no approach to it. Like, I'll give you an example. I had a really close friend that passed away like years ago, right? Like, and he was like a pathological liar. You know what I mean? So it was like, I didn't want to be friends with somebody like that, because if you're having a conversation with him, 90% of the time whatever he's talking about is not true. So in that instant, I knew I had to make a decision as time went by, because it's like, can I be around that knowing that most of the time whatever he says is lies? Or can I overlook that? You know what I mean? And be like, look, even though it is, I have love for this person. Like, it's okay. And, I chose to stay friends with him, of course.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it's the same thing with toxic people. Like, if somebody's toxic and I know they're around me, I'm going to try to eliminate myself if I feel I need to. Or if I can't change them. But it's not really changing them, but it's just making them realize, like, look, what's going on. For me, I'm the type, like, why are they toxic? Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, I just try to help people that I know are toxic. You know what I mean? At first, because I'm going to try to do what I can. You know what I mean? I'm not just going to be like, oh, I'm out. Let me stay away from this person. Because sometimes it's not a toxic person, and sometimes it's a toxic place.
Right.
It could be your work area. It could be where you hang out. There's a lot of toxic places.
Probably won't be that person, probably be somebody else.
Yeah.
And they're feeding off that person.
It could be even in your own home. And that energy is rubbing off on you. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, at the end of the day, now it's just vibrating towards you. So now, subconsciously, you're just being miserable. And you're being toxic without even knowing. And that might not even be a part of your personality or your trait.
So I want to change it up just slightly a little bit, right? And
I love it.
You talked about
You're
the work side of things, right? It may not be personal, it might be work. A lot of times, you're working and you have a difference of opinion with your coworker or even with your boss, right? And that's a stress. That's a very painful stress, right? So you have to deal with that person every day, right? But it's very stressful. Sometimes you don't know how to deal with it. What's the best outlet to kind of like knowing this is the reality?
Accept
Like,
it.
this is the reality of life.
Accept it.
Yeah, because you don't really have a choice, buddy.
Like I gave you the example of my friend. I knew he was a pathological liar, but I said either I'm gonna move on, or I'm gonna stick with him, knowing what his flaws are, right?
Yeah.
In my eyes, what his flaws are, and I stuck to accept it, and just it didn't faze me no
I had a
more.
friend exactly like that. He used to always lie, right? But you know what? He was at his happiest when he was lying.
But,
Be honestly.
but he had a great heart.
Exactly, yeah, he was a nice person. He just lied and lied, just.
And you become
saw
immune to
happiness
it.
in his eyes. I thought, let him do it, innit?
When you accept things in life, and even though it's something negative, you become immune to it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are immune to a lot of things. People say like, "Oh, I'm immune to pain when it comes to heartbreak." In reality, they're not. They're putting on a front, because what you say, you have to speak it into existence. And I believe in that too. Like me, sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I might not get it done, but I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna think negatively.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I am what I am. I call a spade, and that's just what it is.
This goes back to what I was saying. I just believe that if you have an issue, if you can solve it, solve it. If you can't, move on. You know, I know it's easier said than done, but that is what it's down
It's
to.
very
isn't it?
difficult.
Well, you can't.
Your
move on.
pain, your
You can't
pain
move on.
determines. Yeah.
No, but you find ways to get over it. You can't do nothing about the problem, so why sit there thinking?
I mean, it's very broad because
That's
what he's saying is broad because it might
based
work
on the
in some.
situation.
Yeah.
It is, but
It might work for some, but some it
Yeah.
won't. Like the
Some
weather
people
you
it's
can't
always gonna
control.
be
What
behind
you're
the
saying, it goes back to like, for example, if you're in a relationship with someone, right? Say your boyfriend and girlfriend, they're having issues, right? If you can't fix it, just get separate.
I'm
and
just
leave. Is that
saying,
what you're saying?
No,
it could also be
relationship
boyfriend,
is
boyfriend.
broken.
Yeah, boyfriend,
It's okay.
boyfriend, girlfriend,
Whatever,
girlfriend. Doesn't matter
relationship is
whichever way you
broken.
like it, man.
The relationship is broken. You're not gonna fix it. You can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Got to mentally sit in
flexing.
mind.
No, it's hot.
Oh.
Sorry. I get hot quick. No, I get hot quick. Don't mind me.
Yeah, so you can't do nothing about that breakup. It's best just to move on. But yeah, you
Says
got to train
who?
your mind to.
Says who?
I mean, only you know. If you think you can fix it, then go back and fix it. But then
I mean, look, I feel like a lot of relationships can be mended. It's just people don't want to. They don't try.
No, I'm talking about the stage where you know, right? Okay, it's done.
It's not working out.
It doesn't have to be a relationship again. We keep talking about relationships. It could be anything, right?
Work-wise.
So, work-wise, whatever.
I mean, I think some things you're in control of and some things you're not.
So if you're in control of it, you do something about it. If you're not, then
Yeah, I
there's
mean,
no
like
point of
even
thinking,
if
there's no point of thinking about it.
yeah, it's like for example, we keep going back to relationship. But it's a good example. Say your partner all of a sudden is like, hey, I can't do it no more. All right, no problem, and you just move on. Or you could be like, why? Like, what's going on? And you talk it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have control over that. You know what I mean? But if you're just gonna be like, oh, you made your decision, all right, cool.
No. I'm talking about you're way beyond that. So you've gone past that. It's broken up. You've had a divorce and it's done, right? So there's no point of pondering on the past. You can do nothing about it.
You don't dwell on the past.
Don't dwell on
You
it,
don't
exactly.
dwell on it. Cool.
You kind of set your mind focus on the future. There's a bright
You've moved
future.
on.
But not
You've moved on,
everybody has. And what's the real definition of moving on?
It's,
You know what I
it's
mean?
easier said than done, I
Of
guess.
course.
Yes. And,
Just
then,
like a lot
and
of
it goes
things
back
in
to what you're saying. You find your the me time.
You find your happiness within
Exactly.
yourself.
You find things to do, keep yourself busy. You find ways out of it. And then
But you know how you said it's a longer route where it's like, all right, we went through this already, but then it's like you went through it, right? Why did you keep going through it? Like how many cycles did you go through until it was like, hey,
Fine.
mutually it's done, or one person decides I'm done?
but the more cycles you went through, the better because
Experience.
Because experience, yes, and because then you know you've tried everything, right? You've been through it, you tried it, and it wasn't just like right,
That's the
done.
unknown, man, and that's what it goes back to. That's what I was talking about. The unknown fits in everything. Because right now, the question and the reason I say unknown is because people are like, but what if?
Right.
What if I
Like
did
what
this?
if I would have? Yeah. Like what if I would have went back? Or what if instead of me doing this, what if I handled it this way? And that's the unknown.
What they say, coulda,
That's
shoulda,
what drives a lot of people
Yeah,
crazy.
but you're
Coulda,
kind
shoulda,
of
woulda,
But
didn't.
didn't.
yeah, but
Just don't
you're
dwell on
at that stage where there's no point of dwelling on it.
Yeah.
You know, it's
No,
just better
nah,
to
it's-
move
it's
on.
over,
And
man, it's
the key to what we ended on last episode was patience.
Yes.
Everything good comes. Good have
Yeah.
patience and do your prayers.
Yes.
Just
Islam is. Let me tell you one thing. Islam is very simple. People make it complex. And one thing that really irks me is people mix culture with religion.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
I think we were
you know,
talking about that like
it's
the other day.
I can go on it for hours because that really bothers me because then you grow up in a household where it's like you don't know what religion is and you don't know the difference between culture, and that happens a lot.
Oh yeah.
And it's like then you start going around and then spreading what you know, like, yeah, don't do that, bro, it's against the religion. Like what?
No,
What
it's
are you
not.
talking about? No, it's not.
Exactly.
You know, like think before you speak.
Yeah.
But you have to not, like, look, alhamdulillah, we're all born
Give us an example
of what?
of culture versus religion.
Oh man, this is
Just one example.
Tough one, man.
Yeah, it's not that it's tough. It's just like it really
So
bothers
many
me. Yeah, and there's so many, man. It's like, for example, weddings. People think that Islamically you're supposed to do the 3-day thing sometimes. I've even heard that. I'm not lying. And they're like, oh yeah, but back home if it would have been a month. And I'm like, whoa, okay. But in actuality, to me, it's like you do the nikah and that's it. Or some people even say like, what was the situation? There was a friend of mine where the girl's mother was like, oh, the nikah will happen at the wedding, but they can have their nikah right now. But they say nikah, like not the Islamic nikah, just engagement. Sorry, the American engagement, they call the nikah. And then they're like, after nikah, you're supposed to go to your husband's house right away. Like, you're supposed to leave. And I'm like, where? Like, maybe I skipped that page. Like, I don't know. I didn't hear about it in the Quran or the Hadith. You know what I mean? But technically, that's your wife once you guys do a nikah. That's it.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You don't need a walima or a mandi and things like that.
So, what's the future for Hassan Eazy looking like right now?
Whatever's written for me, man.
like,
I have
what-
projects coming up.
Yeah.
You know, so when it gets warmer, I'm gonna be going to the city and I'm gonna be interviewing people. You know what I mean? But not like, you know, what's 2 plus 2, like, you know,
Yeah.
or 9 plus 10, 21, like not things like that, but just more in depth. You know what I mean? Try to figure out like people that are walking by, like what they're going through. How's your day going?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You look upset. Why? You know, how's life? You know, just things like
Random
that.
people?
Random people. Yeah, random people. And then
it's gonna be tough, man. New Yorkers, man. From what I know, what I've seen the last 2 years, man.
I don't
they're
think it's
going-
gonna be
I don't think it's gonna be tough.
I'll tell you why.
If you go up to a person
Yeah.
and ask them, hey, how's your day going? That person will take the time to tell you,
There's gonna be some people that may shove you.
Some
you know.
majority of people will be like, yeah, yo, it's
But
no, but some people, they're gonna be shocked.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's true.
But the people that I know you mentioned, some people might shove you and stuff, right? That's not because they don't want to talk to you. That's because they're in a rush.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We live in the busiest city in the world.
exactly.
We
No
have
offense.
look, like just
noticed.
between us two, right? We barely have time to go get food.
Yeah.
Like we're eating in our desk in the office because we don't have time, right? So if you were to stop me, I would be like, hey, I gotta go. I don't have time. But I would love the opportunity
Of
to
course.
take 5 minutes and talk to you, right?
Hence
And I
my
think- I
channel
think-
name, Take 2, man.
Hey, you might find somebody you might interview and you might be helping them at that same moment. They might be doing something.
Look, any outlet that I can help people, I'm gonna. You know what I mean? And it could be the life route, relationship. It could be the religious route, whatever it is. Like I have, alhamdulillah, whatever knowledge I have, I'm ready to share. And whatever help I can do for people, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? That's just the type of person I am and what I've become.
That's great.
You know what I mean? And it's like, it's not hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I saw that.
So,
you're not expecting nothing back from it. It's all from your heart.
For
That's
what?
it.
For what?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
do you really have to do things in life to get something back?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like, you know, if you like, I don't give homeless people money. I give them food. Like, you know, I was at the Chase on on Broadway and Steinway, and the guy saw me coming out. And he's like, "Yo, can I get some money?" And I was like, "Why?" He was like, "I'm hungry, man." Like straight up. I was like, "You really hungry?" He's like, "Yeah." All right, cool. Couple stores down, there's a pizzeria. I took him. He ordered what he had to. I paid and I left. That's it. I didn't stay there. You know what I mean? I asked him like, "Yo, you alright?" And he like, you know, if I felt like he was really bad, I would have talked to him more. But you could tell like he just wanted a meal real quick and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's certain people that I've stopped and I've spoken to for a long time and they told me their stories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, how did you get here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like honestly, like homeless. How did you get here?
Yeah.
Like some people don't even care. But to me, that I always thought like, how did you get to where you are now?
To that position. Yeah.
Yeah, like you know, it couldn't. It doesn't necessarily mean that you've always been like this.
Absolutely.
But something must have transpired where it's like now you're in the street, unfortunately.
So Eazy, if somebody wanted to get in contact with you, to talk to you, get some advice,
Yeah,
what's the best way to do that?
they could DM me on my Instagram.
So DM on Instagram. Can you just tell us your Insta again?
Eazy E Bajori, EAZYEBEJORI. I recently changed my name. Or is it Eazy? Yeah, I think it's Ehsan. Yeah, you see?
We'll put it in the caption.
Yes.
No, we're definitely gonna
Make
tag you
sure.
in that.
Yeah, I think it's.
And what's your
Eazy E
YouTube
Bajori.
channel?
Yeah, it's Eazy E Bajori. Take 2.
Take 2. And
Take 2.
hopefully a podcast coming soon.
Yes, man, that's in the works too. I have a lot, you know, and everything just is basically to help others. Because again, like you know, you say you don't have time, and sometimes, like you know, my time is wasted sometimes because I'm hanging out, but it's not a waste. But it's like I could do other things too, you
Yeah.
know. And it's like the main reason I do all this is because I didn't have anybody when I went through what I did,
Of course.
and I realized after, like, maybe if I did have some guidance or somebody to talk to or vent to, or even ask, like, you know, what should I do, things would have been easier for me.
Yeah.
So it's like, instead I'm gonna flip it. And now it's like, here's a platform, here's somebody you can speak to,
Yeah.
and whatever you want to talk about, I'm here. I give people even my number, man. Some strangers
beautiful,
have my number, because it's like if you need to contact me, and you know, I don't check because I don't keep my Instagram notifications on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I would love to say it to the people. It's like, you put me on a group chat on WhatsApp.
Yeah, man.
It's been motivating me all
Great.
the time. You know, I'm not perfect. But
Nobody
whenever I
is.
see it, I take the time to pray and stuff like that.
Nobody is, man.
But it's helpful. It's very helpful.
It's like, what are we doing? Like, you clearly, no offense, your guys' bond is really strong, and you guys work on projects together. You know what I mean? And I don't mean just the chai and chat. That's why I said no offense.
Yeah.
But other things, you know what I mean? I caught you. But at the end of the day, it's like, and you guys are really close. I could tell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some might think you guys are in a relationship, even. You know what I mean? just teasing. Just because go back to the shower.
That statement is gonna cause a lot of.
Can we edit that bit out?
Episode 5. But at the end of the day, you get what I'm saying? So you two have a good bond.
You'd be surprised, man. Me and him actually.
Oh yeah.
We okay, hold on. I'm not gonna release the relationship, but we've known each other for through many mutual friends, and his company and my family company have been working together for a very long time.
So you guys can say you're bonded.
But in the last couple of months, we've become like really, really close and partners in business and stuff like that.
But you see how that you guys just blossomed that.
Yeah, I mean, because our mindset is very, very similar.
Exactly.
You know?
But that's why it's like, one hand washes the other in a way too. But you need a support system sometimes.
Of course.
You need somebody there and that's what marriage is. And people ask me all the time, like, what do I want for my wife? And I tell her, like, one thing I really want is her to have a good grasp of Islam, because or in life too, because when I'm down, I need her to pick me up and vice versa.
Yes.
And that's what I look for a lot. You know what I mean? And it's like, I might be praying but I don't fast, and she might not pray but she fasts, and then we could just even that out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's what everybody should look for, is a balance. Because the balance is in Islam, but it's in life.
Absolutely.
You should want to balance it. Like you guys say you guys don't have time, right? But honestly, I think you could somehow, it might not be right now, but you could find time to do something. Because you have time to do this. You know what I mean? But just use your time wisely.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
On that note,
Don't kill yourself.
I think, thank you so much for coming on. I think we've kind of like...
Yeah, man.
Thank you guys for having me.
We hit a lot of topics. But we're excited
Much success
to see.
to you guys, man.
Thank you, man. We're excited to see what's coming up for you
I can
next.
say I was on Chai and Chat.
Of course. And thank you very much. And chai out, guys.
Chai out, guys.
See you guys next week.
Good chat,
Thank you very
man.
much.
Oh, let's get the party going.